Hello, students. Today, during our art showcase, we focused on a type of art known as earth art. So this is a genre of art. In other classes, you might talk about genres such as fiction, historical fiction, nonfiction, and in art, there's also genres. So different types of art or approaches to making art. So we talked today about earth art. Earth art is making art with what you find in nature. We're going to talk about a few different earth artists. One of these artists is Maya Lin, and this is a piece that she created by moving the earth to create these undulating waves. Maya Lin also designed the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, which is in Washington, D.C. This is a picture of Maya Lin when she was very young. She was in college when she designed this. This is the finished Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. So you can see that it is a cut in the earth, and it's a very shiny, glossy black granite. And there are all of the names of the fallen soldiers from the Vietnam War carved into the granite. When you go and look at it, you can see your reflection because the stone is so highly polished. So you're seeing the names of the people who fell in Vietnam, and you're also seeing your own reflection. This is a very different type of artwork. This is called Spiral Jetty, and this is by Robert Smithson. This is located in the Great Salt Lake in Utah, and using over 6,000 tons of black basalt rocks and earth from the site, Smithson formed a coil 1,500 feet long and 15 feet wide that winds counterclockwise off the shore into the water. This was created in 1970. Another very famous earth artist is Andy Goldsworthy. Now, he has the title by the Order of the British Empire. That means he was knighted by the Queen. He was born July 26th of 1956, and he's a British sculptor, photographer, and environmentalist who produces site-specific sculptures and land art situated in natural and urban settings. So natural would be like a forest, and urban would be a city or a town. Now he lives and works in Scotland. Here he is actually using ice to build a vessel. And you can see here, he's melting the ice with the heat of his fingers, and then he's allowing it to freeze again into a shape. These are by Andy Goldsworthy as well. So he collects leaves of different colors and sorts them, and then uses them as his palette. Just like you use paint on paper, he uses the different colored leaves to form an image. The tree that has stripes, he painted with the moss and the mud right at the base of the tree. So he used what he found in nature to create this artwork. This is a really good time of year to be thinking about earth art because the earth becomes very colorful in September and in October. We still have flowers, and the leaves are starting to change colors, and we can use the leaves that are falling from the trees to make art. So some of these are huge and very complicated, but it can be very simple. So this artist used torn red leaves to cover one shape formed by cracks in the dry ground. This is another Andy Goldsworthy piece. So he took pieces that had fallen from trees and just arranged them to create this snake through the forest. This artist's name is Nancy Holt, and she here is inside one of her sun tunnels, which was made in 1976. That's the year I was born. That means I'm 44. And she created this in the Utah desert. Here's another picture of her sun tunnels. So what she's working with here is the shadow that's created. She's working with the element of light. By creating holes in these tubes, she can manipulate the way that the light is cast and the way that the shadows are cast inside the tubes. Here's some more Andy Goldsworthy. Andy Goldsworthy has been one of my favorite artists for a long time because I'm really inspired by how he creates beautiful, inspiring artwork out of things that a lot of people would just consider trash or they wouldn't even think twice about. So these are just leaves falling on the ground, and look what he was able to do. These are pieces that were created by children. So children found these things outside and they created their own visual artwork using found materials. Here's another one. This was created by a group of children that were working together. Another type of artwork is called a cairn. So a cairn is a man-made pile of stones, and the word comes from the Scottish Gaelic cairn. Cairns have been and are used for a broad variety of purposes from prehistoric times to the present. In modern times, cairns are often erected as landmarks, a use they have had since ancient times. So that means if you want to mark where something is, you could create a cairn. Can you say the word cairn? Now, some of these are cheating because I can see there's a little bit of metal right here holding these together. And traditionally, cairns don't have any glue. There's no metal pole in the middle. It's just a balancing act. What are you inspired to create using materials that you can find outside? I would like for you to go outside, look around, and find things that you can use as your palette. Just like you use paint to paint a picture, you can use leaves and arrange them to create an image. Take a photograph of your artwork and share it on Seesaw. Can't wait to see what you come up with. I used some nasturtiums, a morning glory. These are so pretty. Look at that color. Some maple seeds, hydrangeas, and some weeds to create this piece of artwork. What do you have around your house that you could use, sort, and arrange to create an artwork of your own? Pine cones, leaves, seeds, nuts, acorns, flowers, rocks, sticks? What else can you find?